Let's do an older level child, and let's talk about women's liberation. All right, in women's liberation, we of course put our subject in the middle, and let's talk about our first area of study. Let's do writing. We'll do what would the world look like without a suffragist. We could also write about the response to today's gang, the Gulabi, in India, and how they have changed women in that country. We'll connect our writing to the women's liberation. The next area of study will be art. Let's create an anti-suffrage movement poster. And then let's also study some female artists from the suffrage movement time period. So now we've gotten both sides of the spectrum here. The next area of study will be social studies. Here we're going to look at the history, monumental changes for women since the 1300s to present day. We'll look at economics. And in economics, let's think about women in business. What are they doing? And let's also discuss the political climate before and after the suffrage movement. Our social studies is going to connect also to our art and our writing. The next area of study is geography. Let's look at current women's movements around the other countries. For example, the Gulabi Pink Warriors. So our geography is also going to be connecting to our social studies, as well as our writing. Let's look at music. How was music used in anthems for the suffragists? If your child plays an instrument, or you play an instrument, let's play some of those songs. And of course, music and social studies also connect with each other. The next area of study would be science. What scientists might not exist without the movement? What are they known for? Let's recreate an experiment that they have done, and let's also try to visit some of the professionals in the science field that are women. So science in this one is also connecting to social studies. Now our next area of study is math. Let's look at female mathematicians. Let's talk to current female mathematicians. Maybe let's look into some ideas that the educational boards during the movement time had before about women and their abilities. So the math is also here. This is a strong connection to social studies. I forgot to mention that science and math are connecting to geography, as well as our art should also allow them looking at about the anthems. That would have gone hand in hand with some of the art posters. Art will also be connecting to music. The final area of study will be reading. Let's read A Time for Courage. Let's read some articles by Emily Davidson. Some articles on anti-suffrage movement. The beautiful thing about teaching is you don't have to slice it to the way that you want them to view it. You can also show them the negative side of it, and sometimes, like we've said before, the negative definition of things will also bring to light how much more important it was to have this movement. So our reading also be connecting to our art and, of course, our social studies. All right, this is a pretty beautiful masterpiece of curriculum weaving here, if I do say so myself. I've put up a much neater one in your notes for you to look at, as well as a blank kind of black line, or rather in this case blue line, curriculum web for you to copy and use for yourself in your action guides. I hope you can see when we're looking at this how we can see all of the learning styles coming about, because we're incorporating everything. We're thinking about auditory, we're looking at visual, we're looking at verbal, we're looking at linguistic and mathematical and logical, and I think I might have said that one twice. We're looking at tactile, kinesthetic, and natural. We're using every learning style there is in our curriculum webbing. And it's not that we have to itemize it out. It's that we can sort of internalize it and understand that we're doing it with all of this curriculum weaving. All right, so that's it for curriculum weaving. What we covered was how to weave topics into areas of study during lesson planning. It's actually pretty simple once you start using it. We talked about the 7 ways to curriculum weave, and we gave you 2 concrete examples of how to do it. We really enjoyed this time with you guys. This concludes curriculum weaving. On next, we'll see you in journaling. Have a great day.